Casey Williams. It's easy to find crossovers that are small, luxurious, or affordable, but it's almost impossible to find all that in the same vehicle. And that's what we're talking about the vehicle we have this week, the 2025 Buick Encore GX Avenir. Let's go have a look at it. The Encore GX is essentially Buick's smallest crossover, but it has big crossover appeal, especially the Avenir trim, which is a luxury trim we have on this one. And with the Avenir trim, you get a lot more of the chrome, you get the crosshatch grille, which looks really pretty. You get the LED headlamps, driving lamps. I love the new logo. I think it looks really cool. Kind of a play on David Dunbar Buick's family crest. Looks good. Come down the side. It really has a European profile to it, and I think it really works on this vehicle. I like the 19-inch alloy wheels. Really fills up the wheel well as well. Of course, Avenir trim. You get the satin silver roof rack. You get the silver trim. But the overall style of the vehicle, I think, is pretty handsome. I really like this trim line here. It comes back. Getting strong shoulders. Looks good. The broken pillar with the chrome and the black here as well. Come around the back. Again, looks very German, very European, the way the tail lamps are designed, smoke tail lamps. And I like the way the Buick's just sped out across the deck lid. It looks good. A little bit of a diffuser effect down below. Power hatch. Inside, there's not a ton of storage space back here. I mean, it is a subcompact crossover, but the seats do split. They do fold down. I think most people who use this are going to use this with one or two people in the car anyway. So you can fold those down and get lots of stuff in here. I really like what designers did with the interior. It feels very expensive, it feels very fresh, it feels very modern, and I think most people are really going to like it in this vehicle. It really does go along with that upscale luxury image promised from the outside. Of course, Avenir trim, you get the contrasting colors. I like the beige. And it's not real stitching, it's faux stitching, but it looks really good. And kind of faux carbon fiber look up here. You need some texture here around the air vents. Stitching on the dash. I think it looks good. I love the flat screen gauge cluster here in the middle, plus the touchscreen on the right. You can reconfigure the gauges, different patterns. I've got the speedometer and the big tack. I think it looks good that way. Again, this is very easy to use. You can wirelessly connect your phones. You got wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, wireless phone charging down here in the console. You just throw your phone in. You do have USB ports here too as well, both sizes. So it is easy to connect there as well too if you need to. Down below, dual zone automatic climate control. We got the heated seats controls right here. And I really like the steering wheel. It's a nice thick leather wrapped steering wheel. This is also heated seats. I like the pattern. I just think they look nice, look expensive. Some people might not like the light beige. You know, if you've got kids, you might want to think twice about that and get black instead. But I think these look nice. I like the kind of gold color, contrasting piping that's on them, and just the patterns in the seat backs. Avenir here in the headrest. Just lots and lots of details to just make it feel very nice and very expensive. It does have the Bose audio system. I wish it had a sunroof. This one does not. We'll forgive that. On the safety front, this has the digital camera mirror. So if you flip that position, it's just a regular mirror out the back. You flip it like that, it goes into a camera out the back. So even if you're carrying a lot of stuff in the back of the vehicle, you can still see straight out. Very easy, clear view. And this does have a lot of safety gear on it. You know, again, it's kind of a compact luxury car, so you'd expect that, but it has pretty much the full suite. You've got adaptive cruise, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, blind spot warning, rear cross path detection, pretty much everything you need. If there was a downside of this vehicle, again, no sunroof. The back seating is a little bit tight, so if you really are carrying a lot of people in the back and they're full-grown adults, you might want to get a little bit larger Buick crossover, and there are several that are above this one. One of the things I like about driving the Encore GX, I like the size of it, I like the proportions of it. I'm not a guy who needs a big car, and I think the size of it is really nice for city driving. It's easy to park it, easy to maneuver. But it's also big enough when you get on the highway, you don't feel overwhelmed, you know, with big trucks on the highway. So I like all that. But I really like the seating position. I like you sit up high in it. You can see out of it really well. It's got a small footprint, so I think that's really nice. Underneath the hood, though, driving it, when you first start up the vehicle and it's cold, it does sound a little agrarian. And there's a reason why. It's a 1.3-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. It delivers 155 horsepower, 174 pound-feet of torque. So in a vehicle this size, that's plenty of power. You don't need anything more than that. I do like the turbo. It does have a 9-speed automatic transmission, so it does keep the engine in the right rev range all the time. And when you're on the highway and you're running pretty fast and you step down, you can get a couple of gears and it just steps down and takes off really easily. Lots of torque coming from the turbo. This has all-wheel drive, so even when you get the bad weather, it's fine. This is not a vehicle for off-roading. This is a vehicle for getting through snow and ice and things like that with the all-wheel drive. And all-wheel drive also helps even on dry roads to kind of keep you stable. But overall, I've really liked it. Gas mileage isn't just absolutely fantastic, but it's fine. 26 miles per gallon in the city, which I think is really good. 28 on the highway. It'd be nice if we were crossing 30 miles per gallon, given the size of this vehicle. But it is a pretty luxurious vehicle. It is tall. It does have all-wheel drive, so that's right where it needs to be. If I have another downside for this, I think it handles really well. When you're on smooth roads, it drives really nice. But it does not have an independent rear suspension. And well, that's not a problem when you're kind of clipping through the 2-lane roads. When you get on some rough pavement, it's a little chattery. Again, it's not bad. Not a reason I wouldn't buy the vehicle. But you might notice that's not quite up to luxury standards if you compare it to some of the German automakers. So the Encore GX is compact. We've established that. It's also pretty luxurious in Avenir trim, but is it affordable? So the Encore GX starts under $26,000, and I think as a base price, I think it's an absolute steal. Above that, you've got the ST grade, and then you got the Avenir. So this one, everything in it, $37,085. And I think that's probably the upper end of where this vehicle should be price-wise, but I think it's a very good price and a value pack price for what it is. Well, next week, we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.